Hey guys, Ronnie Wuest, Chris Woods, Delaware Combat Sports here in Smyrna, Delaware. We're going to do a quick no-gi video on my favorite no-gi choke, which is an Ezekiel choke. And I do it from bottom side, bottom half, top half, I do it from everywhere. Today we're going to do it from top half guard. Alright? There's a lot of details I want to go over, but it's basically an Ezekiel choke. What we're going to do is we're going to wrap the head. My size, 210, 215 pound guy, guys have big traps, big necks. You can't always get the traditional all the way across. So I do like a near side on the carotid choke. And what I like to do is, they teach the Ezekiel using your hand going across the far carotid. It's just too much power, too much pressure on your hand, and it's just too hard on your fingers. I always make a fist with my little finger, little pinky sticking out, and I put that on the near side carotid. I also only use my two middle fingers as the pivot for the Ezekiel. The whole hand is just too much. One finger's not enough. I use the two middle ones. So he's in bottom half. So the way I like to start this is when I get top half, I always like to have one hand across the throat on the shoulder, the other hand blocking here. What I do is I start putting pressure down, and for him to relieve this pressure, he has to turn into it. That's the only way he can go. And as soon as he does, I wrap the head, okay? So I just simply wrap the head. Now, once I wrap the head, I lay this hand on the top side carotid. The problem is now I can't get my hand up because my body's too big, his neck's too big. What I do is instead of coming with this arm, I'm going to drop this one down to meet. So he comes up, I wrap, I lay this hand on his neck. I can't go deeper, so I take this hand and I drop it all the way down to the mat. Like you can't see it, but my elbow is touching the mat, okay? So I wrap here, I set this on here, I wrap. Now, right now I have the Ezekiel locked, my two middle fingers on the wrist. All I do now is just basically just pull up. Super, super tight. I actually won no-gi IBJJF Worlds with this choke in the finish. So again, I'm down here, he comes up, boom, I wrap, nice and deep. Keeping this arm out, we'll get to this in a second. Keep this arm out. I swim in, lay the hand on top of the carotid, drop the elbow to the mat, I lock, and finish the choke. So here, drop this hand down, lock, two middle fingers, and pull up. Now, we'll get to this arm in a second. Now, the cool thing, and this is where I might be a little bit more mean than some people, is you get here and sometimes, man, you're just fighting, you just can't get the right angle, or they've got this arm in the way. What I like to do sometimes when I wrap this head, before I come in here, hand on the hip, and I step up into the half guard, my knee up. Now, there's a rule in jiu-jitsu tournaments that I can't punch my opponent, which I think we should do anyway, but you're not allowed to punch your opponent. But there's no rules that they can't punch me. So I'll get here, hand on Ezekiel, and I'll punch my own arm. There's nothing illegal about that. May not be the most ethical thing in the world, but there's nothing illegal about it. So wrap, here, punch myself in the arm, tournament's a tournament, okay? So that's a little added bonus. Now, when you're practicing with your buddies, I don't always do that because they don't like me enough as it is, but I just put the pressure here and I use just the power of the leg rather than the sudden punch. So you pick and choose how much you want to use. The other obstacle that happens sometimes is I miss this arm and he comes in to defend. Now I can't get my hand in. So this time I go in behind the hand, I grab his hand. Like this, I grab his hand, which he thinks is really weird. Why am I grabbing his hand? He's trying to defend, so I grab his hand. Once I get his hand locked, I pull out, and there's your Kimura. So as soon as he does his defend, I grab his hand, I snap it up, go for the Kimura. Now what I don't necessarily always do is come out and try to get the Kimura grip. You'll lose it that way. I like to come out, just shove it down, rolling flat on it, and then you can finish it those ways. So instead of actually locking the Kimura, just take it and just shove it right behind his back. Cool? So one more time, the whole thing on the top half, he's down flat, I'm stopping, I'm putting some pressure on that, he turns in, I wrap, swim in front, here, finish the choke. If I want, I step up, boom, punch my arm. He brings his arm in to defend, I grab his hand, I come out, I post here, I jump up, I shove it right down behind him, and I lay him flat. Here, you can do all sorts of mean things to him, but they'll tap it, okay? So, just a quick video on the Ezekiel and a couple options of finishing it with the I guess it's kind of a Kimura-y kind of thing. But punching your own self if you want to. So again, hope that helped out. Try it out, let me know how it works. Ronnie Wuest, Wuest of Delaware Combat Sports, Delaware. Peace.